talking about Ahom's 600 years of legacy, which has contributed extensively in the Northeast. It has had a profound impact on Assam's history, on its culture, its development, and shaped the very fabric of what we know as Assam. For over 6 centuries, Ahoms not only defended their lands, but also laid foundations for political, cultural, and social identities. The Ahoms were not just warriors, but also skilled administrators. One of their most significant contributions was the unification of the region. They brought together various ethnic groups under a centralized administration, which ensured efficient governance and resource management. But governance was not the only strength of the Ahom kingdom. The Battle of Saraighat showed that good strategy was only something that the Ahoms were skilled at. While the Mughals may have had the military might, the Ahoms still managed to defeat the massive Mughal army with their clever diplomatic negotiations to buy time, their guerrilla tactics, their psychological warfare, military intelligence, and also tactfully exploiting the weakness of the Mughal forces, which was their navy. Therefore, proving that the military might was not all that was required to win a war. Ahoms did not just leave a mark on the battlefield, but also enriched cultural tapestry of northeast of India. They have promoted religious tolerance and cultural integration. Ahoms also played an important part in the literature and language with the historical chronicles known as the Buranjis. This provided a lot of insight into the region's rich history. In the field of agriculture, they introduced advanced agricultural techniques, including the irrigation systems, and these techniques are still used today. The Ahom influence can also be seen in festivals, music and dance, and even in the architecture in Assam. The Rangghar, one of Asia's oldest amphitheatres, stands as the symbol of their architectural ingenuity. To help us understand, joining me on the telecast once again is Nabarun Barua. He is an analyst from Guwahati. And Nabarun, thank you very much for joining us. And I want to understand from you, particularly giving us an insight into the cultural, architectural, religious and administrative skills that the Ahoms brought into Assam and how it continues to impact and bring about an evolution in the way people of Assam live their lives. Nilutpal, would you like to take that question while we figure out that audio problem with Nabarun?
Yeah, sure, definitely. The Ahom architecture was a very unique architecture, basically because, Ahom utilized the bamboos and the canes very, very meticulously and very beautifully. Though the Ahom architecture does not have not survived in the recent years, but yet we have had documents which documented clearly, beautifully how the architecture was. It was a very scientific one. They used to have mirrors at various places placed in such angles that those mirrors used to reflect the lights inside the palaces and used to give a beautiful view of and light also inside the palace. Secondly, I'd also say that the Ahoms had various rooms in their palaces, such as the Borsora, where the king used to meet the general people, the Porosora, where he used to have his cabinets. Then there were separate quarters for the queens, separate quarters for the king, and various other rooms where the ammunitions were kept, where the food was prepared. All those were beautifully enumerated in the documents which we have. But unfortunately, as you know, Assam is a flood-prone area. Those structures couldn't survive. Yet we have some of the structures like the Ronghar, the Karanghar that have survived the test of time, and they are still there for people to see. And I believe that the Archaeological Survey of India, the Society of India, has done a good job in preserving those monuments.
Okay. All right. Thank you for giving me and my viewers all that information. Nabarun, if you can hear us, and if you could shed light, what are your views on the Ahom community of the kingdom and the impact that it has had in the northeast region and Assam particularly?
So, hi. So, before I begin, I would like to actually tell you that right now I'm sitting on the Ahom naval forces against the Mughals. And this is from where I would like to begin, that the biggest contribution of the Ahom Empire is perhaps its absolutely fantastic naval military might that it exhibited in the Battle of Saraighat. Apart from that as well, this fact of history is well known, but what is not very well known is the fact that they were experts at guerrilla warfare. While we talk about, say, Marathas, for example, who were also experts at guerrilla warfare, or we talk about the Cholas and their naval might in reaching out to Southeast Asia, we forget that the Ahom Empire has also combined both guerrilla warfare tactics as well as the navy to defeat perhaps the Ahom Empire, the Mughal Empire at its very peak. The Ahoms also completely revolutionized the administrative structure of Assam. It brought about something known as the pike system. It structured the Assamese nobility into various pikes, which also made the last mile delivery of goods as well as defense in times of calamities extremely seamless. So these two are the biggest contributions of the empire. Apart from these, we can also see that in the recent times, as my previous speaker has talked about the monuments being preserved, I think in the very recent times, we have also taken up steps to preserve these histories. We have, in the very recent times, like for example, celebrated Lachit Borphukan's 400th anniversary. We have built a statue of him. We are also working on the government is also working on making a monument to commemorate Alaboy near Guwahati. So similarly, there have been landmark steps being taken to preserve the heritage as well as the military as well as the administrative acumen of the Ahom Empire and its great kings and warriors.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.